Hello everyone, as the Chicago State University forged certificate saga gets tougher. The former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has urged the Supreme Court of Nigeria to reject technicality and grant his application for leave to tender fresh and additional evidence to support his claim that President Bola Tinubu submitted a forged document to the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to contest the presidential election. Hello everyone, welcome back to Prospect Channels TV. Thank you for always coming out here. If you are just joining us, please kindly subscribe and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you. Reject undue technicality. Decide whether Tinubu presented the forged certificate to electoral body or not, Atiku tells Supreme Court. Atiku said the appeals court's refusal to grant the leave as a respondent have argued will amount to undue technicality. The former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has urged the Supreme Court of Nigeria to reject technicality and grant his application for leave to tender fresh and additional evidence to support his claim that President Bola Tinubu submitted a forged document to the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to contest the presidential election. Atiku, the candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in the February 25th presidential election, reminded the appeals court that the duty of the court to ensure substantial justice is important. He described the matter as huge, as it would decide if the candidate for the highest office in the land presented a forged certificate or not. This was stated in Atiku's reply on point of law to Tinubu's objection to the grant of leave to the former president to present fresh evidence regarding his alleged forgery of the Chicago State University certificate before the appeals court. Atiku looked to Tinubu in the 2023 presidential election as declared by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) on March 1st. Atiku and the PDP subsequently filed a petition at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal seeking the nullification of Tinubu's election over alleged irregularities, among other arguments. However, on September 5th, the five-member panel led by Justice Aruna Samani dismissed Atiku and the PDP's petition, describing it as unmeritorious. Atiku later filed an appeal at the Supreme Court asking it to overturn the judgment of the tribunal. The former vice president also filed fresh evidence alleging that Tinubu forged the Chicago State University certificate submitted to the electoral body ahead of the presidential election. However, Tinubu's team of 17 lawyers, comprising 10 senior advocates of Nigeria, led by Chief Wole Olopekun San, argued that Atiku's appeal lacks merit. Tinubu asked the Supreme Court to dismiss the appeal filed by Atiku for abuse of court processes. The lawyers explained that he had only sought to relieve targeted at the president without canvassing issues that would benefit them in their final written address. Tinubu accused Atiku of cooking up allegations of discrepancies against him. He said it was at this point that they rolled out their drums of cooked up allegations of discrepancies in the second respondent's academic qualifications, dual nationality, and sundry bemusing allegations for the back door. But Atiku faulted Tinubu's submission, insisting that issues of merit had not to be determined or pronounced upon at the interlocutory stage. He said the Supreme Court has the appeals court, and indeed the policy court has intervened time and again to do substantial justice in such matters of great constitutional importance, as it did in the case of Amechi versus INEC 2008, 5, NWLR PT 1080-227 and Obi versus INEC 2007-11 NWLR PT 10046565. The Supreme Court appealed the principle of ubi jus, abi remandum, to ensure that substantial justice is done in such novel scenarios. Article said the appeals court refusal to grant the leave as the respondents have urged will amount to undue technicality. He said the need to rebuff, eschew and reject technicality and the duty of courts to ensure substantial justice is very Gamani in this matter, given the gravity of the constitutional issue involved in deciding whether a candidate for the highest office in the land, the office of president of the country, presented a fraud certificate or not. In urging the honorable court to overrule the objections of the respondent, we can do no better than to commend to you noble leadership, the insightful words of the Supreme Court in Ash and others, V. Kara and others, 2014. LPELR 2412 SC in bracket per Rosevival JSC as follows. Law is blind. It has no eyes. It cannot see. That explains why a status of a woman with her eyes covered can be found in front of some high courts. On the contrary, justice is not blind. It has many eyes. It sees and sees very well. The aim of court is to do substantial justice between the parties, and any technicalities that rears its ugly head to defeat the cause of justice will be rebuffed by the court. He also said that the case is not whether second respondent attended Chicago State University, but whether he printed a forged certificate to the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. That is, that at the trial, a National Youth Service Corps certificate with serial number 173807, presented by the second respondent to the first respondent, was equally tendered by the applicant at the trial as Exhibit B PBD 1A with the name Tinubu Bola Adekunle, which is announced herewith as Exhibit J. Nigerians, what's your take on this? Let's hear from you. Kindly share your thoughts below the comment section. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel.